most people think selling a house is simple. Put a sign in the yard, place it online, and wait for offers. But in 2026, it's really not that simple anymore. So if I were a first-time home seller in 2026, let me tell you the 8 things that I would do. The first thing I would do is I would realize the market has shifted. We are no longer in 2022. Back then, homes sold in days. Multiple offers were common, and you could actually overprice a home and still have it sell over asking. Today, however, buyers have more options. Pricing is more important than ever, and homes are sitting a little bit longer. So the first thing again that I would do is just have a mental shift, understanding the market has changed. If you start with the wrong expectations and make your decisions based on that, you can kind of set yourself out starting on the wrong foot from day one. The second thing that I would do is I would price the home correctly, not emotionally. Now, hear me out on this. This is the number one mistake that most first-time home buyers make. They price their home based on what they need, more what their neighbors said they made, or what Zillow says it's worth. The challenge is buyers price your home or offer on your home based on what else they can buy for the same price. If I were selling in 2026, hear me out here, I would price the home at or slightly below market value to create demand. This way, you would get more offers, more people looking at the house, and more competition, and sell in less time. Homes that are overpriced typically tend to sit for a little longer, they have less demand, and they end up statistically getting a lower price than if they'd priced it correctly at the beginning. So again, number 2, price the home correctly, not emotionally. The third thing I would do is I would focus on the small things first. See, the buyer notices the little things, right? They notice the scuffed paint. They notice the loose door handle. They notice the dirty grout, the clutter everywhere. These are the things that they notice. And these things are usually pretty inexpensive to fix, but they make the home look like it's been neglected. And for the buyer, as they see these things, they mentally subtract 10, 20,000 or more off the price, depending on what they're looking at. So again, I would focus on the small things. I'd walk through the home as if I were a buyer, right? And just take note of those things that jump out at you. They're probably the things you've been thinking about fixing for a long time. I would do those things first. Now, number 4, I would focus on first impressions. You only get one first showing. And today, that first showing is typically online. This means making sure you get the home decluttered, the front porch looking amazing, professional photos. Make sure the landscaping looks good. Buyers today are deciding in 5 seconds or less whether they're going to schedule a showing. If that house doesn't look amazing online, they may never schedule a showing. So it's so important to make sure this looks good online right away. Now, 5th, this one's near and dear to my heart. I would pick an agent who understands the market. See, most sellers, again, think that marketing is put the home on the multiple listing service and wait for an offer. And unfortunately, there's a lot of agents that think that too, but that's not marketing. I would make sure I get an agent who understands the market, who uses social media, who does video walkthroughs of the home, who focuses on tech while also promoting the home locally. Now, it's a bonus to have someone promote it nationally, internationally, and the truth is usually the buyer is either local or understands the local market because they've been shopping here. So it's important to have an agent that has a great local presence that markets your home well. That exposure can create demand. Extra demand typically creates a higher offer. Now, number 6 is be ready for negotiations. It's 2026 and buyers are negotiating again. So when you get that offer, be prepared for closing costs, for repairs, for negotiations, for price adjustments, inspections. The buyers are beginning to look for these things. And that doesn't mean that it's a bad deal or a bad offer. And yet it's more of a balanced market. So buyers are bringing offers. We're seeing these offers come in with items that the buyer wants to negotiate on. So be prepared for that. And number 7 is tied to number 6. And that's understanding the true cost of waiting. See, many sellers don't think about this. While they're waiting for the perfect offer or the perfect price, they're paying monthly interest on their house. They're paying for maintenance. They're paying for repairs. They're paying the taxes. They're paying the insurance. These are all costs that are just going away, right? They're not necessarily building the value. I didn't say paying down the mortgage. I said paying the interest. And these are things that can cost you thousands while you wait months for that perfect offer. Many times it can make more sense to price it correctly and get it sold quickly. So that is the hidden cost of waiting. Make sure you're negotiating that in your head or being prepared for that as the time on market gets longer. Number 8 is truly what is my next step, right? Thinking ahead, what is your next step? It might sound elementary, it might sound basic, but are you upgrading? Are you downsizing? Are you relocating altogether? Each one of these can affect your strategy on how you sell your home now, and it can affect it differently, makes you think a little differently. Because selling your home is really not just about how much money you make, it's about making the next step in life easier. So, in closing, selling your home in 2026 can feel a little overwhelming. And yet, when you break it down, it really is pretty simple. Price it right, prepare it well, market it properly, and negotiate smart. If you do these 4 things well, you're going to set yourself up very well to sell your home in 2026. And of course, if you're looking at selling, I would love for you to reach out to our team. We would love to sit down with you, help you discover what price is best in today's market, and help you get to your next step. You can always text us at 417-208-9633, and I can't wait to see you next time.